waking the kids, getting them moving.
Well, good morning. Do you need a cup of coffee?
And I'm usually running around,
Really?
and helping them get breakfast. Lunches finish being packed.
Is your bag ready to go other than your lunch?
Shoving out the door at that point.
I love you. Love you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Enjoy my cup of coffee, maybe.
First thing in the morning, always a cup of coffee. Whether I'm going right to work or going to exercise, always have a cup of coffee first. And then at least one or two more before I go to work.
Coffee is a multi-billion-dollar industry in the U.S., but something is cutting into those profits.
Tassimo's the only home brewer that can read brewing instructions from a barcode.
Keurig has a wide variety of gourmet coffee and tea to choose from.
Sales of single-serve coffee machines are booming.
Where just one touch creates the perfect coffee.
1 in 4 Americans now have them in their homes, including the Weiner family.
And it's just really convenient. You just pop the pot in, make your cup of coffee, and you're good to go.
And also, I don't have to immediately clean up. I don't have to make sure that the coffee pot gets in the sink and washed out, before I run out the door.
But could that also be a problem with these machines?
It's interesting, we never thought about it. It's just something I never thought about, that, water sits in it all day, the coffee goes through it several times a day, and whatever it's going through isn't getting cleaned each time.
With a traditional coffee pot,
Almost every day, you wash it out or throw it in the dishwasher every couple days.
but with the single-serve machine,
I'm more clean around it. When I'm cleaning the counters, I'll kind of pick it up and clean around it. I'm not sure that I actually clean it. I'm not sure I've ever thought about what's going on the inside of this machine.
we decided to find out. We took the Weiner's machine, along with 2 other single-serve brewers, to Harrisburg University of Science and Technology.
This is the one.
Dr. Lena Patrichini is a professor of biotechnology.
Guinea pig. You can clean this thing, you can clean from outside. But if there is something sitting there inside, you will not know that.
We enlisted her help to find out if bacteria and mold could be living in those machines.
This area. So this underneath part, this part, this part. Ooh, here we can go inside and
She swabbed inside and out of the 3 machines.
see. Do you see that?
Yes.
Brown spot?
Some had obvious problem areas. Others weren't so clear. There could be something that you swab and you look at and you don't see anything.
Again, but that doesn't mean that there is no bacteria. Right, I think we have all the samples.
Once she had her samples, it was into the incubator to sit overnight.
All right?
Still ahead, those samples come out of the incubator, and even our doctor is surprised by what she found. We'll show that to you. More importantly, we'll break the news to the Weiners, find out if anything was growing in their machine, and I'll show you how to make sure your single-serve coffee brewer is clean. All of that is coming up in our next half hour right here on ABC 27 News. Back to you.
It could be good or bad, but all right.
Take a look at the dishes. The circles are bacteria.
And the inside of the lid.
These dishes came from our sample machines, each about 2 years old and used every day. In both cases, areas with water showed the most growth, but for the most part, they weren't too bad.
The coffee cup in both cases is clean, probably by, touching.
Now let's look at the Weiner's machine, which is less than a year old, but used a lot more.
This is the handle.
That was the one in our family home.
Yeah, that's the masterpiece, we said.
Bacteria is growing everywhere. One area had milk residue.
To me, this looks like there was a lot of bacteria in this dish.
Because as I said, milk is a rich medium. It will grow. Side of that,
A lot of the bacteria on the machine came from the people using the machine.
They touch the on-off switch or, the left handle or anything. That's how the bacteria get there. And because there is moisture there, then there is a chance that they will survive.
There's a simple fix for that.
Wipe it down, once a day. I think that's good enough.
What about inside?
The internal piping you cannot clean. You cannot completely drain it.
We tested water coming out of the machine. It came back clean.
Yeah, it's clean.
But there's always a chance bacteria or mold could seep out into your cup of joe.
It doesn't take too long to say, hey, I had that coffee, it tasted something off. or it was smelly, or I had that and I felt sick, I felt like nauseated or something.
This one is your machine.
The whiners weren't exactly thrilled with the results.
It's not pretty.
No.
Compared to the other two that you showed us, ours looked a lot worse. So that was a little scary.
But it did open their eyes.
Maybe every day, after we were done making the coffee, just, wipe around the top and, maybe think about it a little more often.
You sure you want to finish that cup?
I don't know.
But we got to figure out how to clean parts of that Keurig. There's got to be a way. I mean, everybody's using them.
Well, there is, and you'll just need a few simple things. A paper clip, some wipes, and most importantly, a whole lot of vinegar. Step 1, open the pot holder, use your paper clip to clean the gunk out from up top. Step 2, wipe down the machine. So that takes care of the germs outside the machine, but for inside, you'll need distilled white vinegar. Fill the reservoir with it. The acidity in the vinegar will kill the bacteria in the machine without hurting you. You'll need to brew a few cups of just the vinegar, and then we wait. You let the vinegar sit inside the machine for 4 hours. That gives it a chance to break everything down. You fill this back up with water, flush everything out, and now you're ready to enjoy a cup of coffee, bacteria-free.
We're going to keep using the Keurig.
But along with the cream and sugar,
Go get the vinegar.
good advice. Working for you, James Crummell, ABC 27 News.